welcome to American History 1. My name is Mr. Sobieski, and I'll be your instructor for the course. What I'd like to do in this video is give you a course overview, highlight the key assignment deadlines, and give you some general tips for success in the course. Everything you see in this video is also included in the syllabus, but it's a great way to highlight the main points of the course, make sure we're on the right track so you can plan and be successful. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, course overview. This course is divided into 5 units or modules that cover a specific period of American history. I'm not going to go over each one of these, but I'll just highlight that first one so we can kind of see how it's set up and structured. Unit number 1, we have Exploration and Colonization. That's going to run from January 10th until January 30th, and it's going to cover chapters 1 through 4 in your textbook. We can see we have this same flow going for all the units. So next to each one, I have the time period of dates in the course that's going to be covering, and then the corresponding chapters you're expected to read to keep up with. We're going to finish up at the very end with a time for review and reflection, and then we'll have that final exam, which is going to be from May 5th until May 10th, and it's going to cover chapters 1 through 16 in your textbook. Next, let's go ahead and look at unit number 1, Exploration and Colonization. On this slide here, you can see all of the major assignments that are due for this unit, from January 10th all the way through January 30th. So starting off, we have our first discussion board, simple introduction, tell us about yourself, get to know your peers. Next, you have an orientation quiz that's due, and you must complete this quiz to avoid being dropped from the course. It's quick, it's easy. I recommend you just do it day 1 so you knock it out and you don't have to worry about it. Easy 50 points, start the class off right. Next, you have another discussion board dealing with the topic Join or Die, Early America. Then we go on to your first essay. That's dealing with William Bradford and the Plymouth Plantation. And then on January 30th, you have your quiz for unit number 1. So what you're expected to do for unit number 1 is read chapters 1 through 4. That's going to really set you up for success for that quiz. I also post the PowerPoints there as well, and you'll be able to follow along for it. All assignments are due at 11:59 on the date listed, and as you open up these in Moodle, it's detailed explanation for each one, so you'll be fine on that. On to unit number 2, the American Revolution. This is going to go from January 31st through February 20th, and it's going to cover chapters 5 through 7 in your textbook. So we can start off here looking at the first one. We have a discussion board number 3, dealing with the Boston Massacre. On February 9th, you have a discussion board dealing with Social Contract by Rousseau. February 13th, you have an essay dealing with Thomas Paine and Patrick Henry. And then on February 20th, we're finishing up this unit with a quiz on the American Revolution. And again, that quiz deals with chapters 5 through 7. Next, we have unit number 3, A New Nation. This is going to go from February 21st through March 13th, and it's going to cover chapters 8 through 10 in your textbook. We're keeping the same type of flow going for each unit. So we're going to start off with a discussion board on the Bill of Rights. Next, we have a discussion board on the Star-Spangled Banner. And you have an essay dealing with Andrew Jackson, followed by a quiz for unit number 3, A New Nation. And again, that quiz deals with chapters 8 through 10 in your textbook. Next, we have unit number 4, Expansion and Reform. This unit is going to go from March 14th through April 3rd. It's going to cover chapters 11 through 13 in your textbook. We're starting off again with 2 discussion boards. Then we have our essay dealing with Frederick Douglass and John C. Calhoun. And last but not least, we finish up our unit with a quiz on unit number 4, Expansion and Reform. And this quiz is going to cover topics from chapters 11 through 13 in your textbook. On to our last major unit, number 5, Civil War and Reconstruction. This unit goes from April 4th through April 24th. And it covers chapters 14 through 16 in your textbook. We're starting off with a discussion board on the topic of the Emancipation Proclamation. You move on to another discussion board dealing with Confederate statues. Then you have an essay due on the topic of Abraham Lincoln, and Alexander Stephen, followed by a quiz on Unit 5, Civil War and Reconstruction, which again highlights the major points in chapters 14 through 16 in your textbook. After we finish up Unit number 5, we move into a period for review and reflection. So this is your time to earn extra credit in the course. I offer 2 different assignments here to boost up your grade. On April 27th, you have a reflection on turning points in American history, which is worth 10 points extra credit. And then on May 4th, you also have a reflection on bias in the media, which is 10 extra credit points. These are also still due by 11:59 on the date listed. And of course, the last thing that we have in this course is a final exam. Your final exam will be available from May 5th through May 10th. Your final exam is going to be 50 questions, all multiple choice, covering chapters 1 through 16, and it's worth a total of 300 points. Now let's look at the topic of grading. So for this course, there's a maximum of 1,000 points that can be earned for the course. And here's the breakdown. For discussion boards, you have 10 discussion boards total, each worth 20 points. Totals out to 200 points, or 20% of your final grade. In this course, you have 5 essays, each worth 40 points. Also equals 200 points, or 20% of your final grade. You have 6 quizzes in this course, 50 points each. Totals to 300 points, or 30% of your final grade. And then your final exam is worth 300 points, or 30% of your final grade. The last thing I want to share with you is some tips for success in this course. So read the required chapters and view the PowerPoints. This will help prepare you for the quiz at the end of each unit. Add assignment due dates to your personal calendar. Space out your studying. Give yourself some time to absorb the material, reflect on what you've learned, and maintain good communication with me and ask questions early. Be respectful, and of course use positive netiquette. All right, I appreciate you guys sticking it out all the way to the end of this video. I also will be uploading some lecture videos for each unit that we cover, so be looking for those in the next few days. And please reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to working with you. Have a great day.